Officers were dispatched to a shooting in progress in the 2600 block of Fountain View Drive at approximately 12:30 a.m. This morning. Officers arrived to a very chaotic scene. This is a club behind me. Several people were out in the parking lot. Officers observed one individual with a firearm in his hand. Immediately got him into custody. Another person was observed laying on the ground. He was shot in the body area. Officers went over there to help him out. HFD arrived on scene and transported him. The last update we got is the person's in critical right now. The individual that was taken into custody with the firearm, unfortunately, was not the suspect. The initial information we have is that a vehicle on this side of the parking lot pulled up, opened fire, and struck our adult male victim. With that, I'll open it up to any questions you have.
He was struck in the parking lot or inside the business?
He was struck in the parking lot. Yes, sir.
You know what precipitated all this, or what came?
We're unsure at this time. Our major assaults division is going to come out here. Patrol officers got a couple statements, and they're going to be trying to locate any kind of CCTV footage. There was apparently a fight that happened here earlier tonight. When officers arrived, they were told that the participants in that particular altercation had already left the scene. So whether it's related to that or not, we're unsure at this time.
And was that inside the bar?
I don't know exactly where the fight took place or exactly what time. I just know that there was supposedly an altercation that occurred earlier prior to this incident. But again, unsure whether that's exactly related or not.
Do we know how many shots were fired in the parking lot?
I don't know how many shots were actually fired.
Do we? Sorry, go ahead.
Anything about shots going into the bar? Because people inside are saying that they heard shots whizzing by their heads.
I haven't heard any
Nothing
reports
about
of
that?
that. No. So,
Do we know what type of a weapon was used?
no.
The person who was detained with the firearm at first, too, how is he related?
I'm sorry. No.
The person you guys detained initially with the firearm.
I guess he was out here when they heard the shots and retrieved a firearm to protect himself. So that's why when the officers rolled up, which was a very short time later, he was still standing there with the firearm.
Does he work here, or is he just?
I don't know. The officers that interviewed the guy and obtained his information.
We were all scared. I called 911 and let them know that shots was being fired, and they told me that it was other calls coming in. So I don't know how he got shot. I think it was the people came back up here probably for retaliation. I don't know.
How many people were shot? Do you have any idea?
No, I don't know. I was in the freezer.
But did you see anybody being treated after you got out of the freezer? Did you see?
No, we stayed in the kitchen until they made us leave up out of there. They tried to force us up out of the business to come back out here.
What was going through your mind whenever you ran into the freezer for cover?
I was scared. I was praying. We was all in there praying. I was on the 911 call praying. Like, we were literally terrified. I've been here before and I've never seen anything like this, but they should have shut it down when there was a big old fight and it should have been closed, but they let the party continue.
How much time was between when that first fight and the second fight?
Probably about maybe 30 minutes or less. Probably like 30 minutes or less.
And it happened here in the parking lot first, or inside?
In the inside of the establishment.
And it's this Nomad.
Yes. No.